There's a code of conduct. You have to follow that strictly. Maintaining the independence. You can't be biased to the ship or biased to the owners or biased to the nowhere. You have to be independently, you have to take that judgment. Objectivity has to be there. Confidentiality throughout the audit process. And there is even a clause is there that you must make a statement that this information will not be passed on to any other third party without the knowledge of this particular client. That is also important. That means confidentiality has to be maintained throughout the audit process. Now, continuous improvement. Overall, these lead auditors are responsible for ensuring the integrity and effectiveness of the third-party audits, providing organization with valuable insights to the compliance. Okay, so they are very important people. So they have to update their knowledge continuously. Lead auditors have to continuously update their knowledge, their skills related to the relevant standard, auditing methodology. They may participate in training, workshop, professional development activity to enhance their auditing capabilities. This is a very important point because they are the most important people in this chain, I mean the auditing chain. So you have to keep on updating the things. So you are all will be now auditors, lead auditors now. You have to keep on updating your knowledge throughout the process. Okay. Now, I would like to mention a few things about the FloatSys and our FloatSys Academy, which is going to conduct these floats. FloatSys is an international network of experienced personnel in the maritime and offshore industry worldwide who came together to build a safer and environment-friendly maritime world through collaboration and improving the global accessibility to the state-of-art engineering and management resources. The vision of the FloatSys is a safer, smarter, and better connected maritime world, and our mission is committed to enhancing the safety, quality, collaboration in maritime industry by improving the global accessibility to engineering and management resources that the maritime world deserves. Now, the various branches or various divisions of this FloatSys service is FloatSys Engineering. We are focusing on the new building, conversion services for the asset in operation, engineering risk studies, advanced engineering analysis, ship recycling service. In the FloatSys digital division, we can say asset management tools, digital marketing we are carrying out, inspection management, custom maritime solutions. Then in the advisory, we have technical due diligence, then cyber security, software consultancy, formal safety analysis we are carrying out for many clients, incident investigations. And in the verification part, we are doing the pre-shipping inspection, pre-purchase, we do the quality of the ship, we analyze and lay. Then project quality assurance we do, requirements management, third-party inspection service for various components or various equipments. Then FloatSys Academy is doing the training partner for the maritime industry. We have exemplar global. The company has recognized our training as a training provider. Now the ISM code. We are back to ISM code. So ISM history is ISM resolution A647/16 October 89 guidelines on management of safe operation of the ships and for the pollution prevention. This was the basis for our ISM code. The framework for the proper development, implementation, assessment of safety, and pollution prevention management. In 1993, IMO adopted International Management Code for safe operation of the ships and for the pollution prevention, ISM code, and the code became mandatory in 1998. Now, what is the background for this ISM? There are some few influencing incidents that has happened. One is the Herald of Free Enterprise in 6th March 1987. It's a Ro-Ro ferry, passenger ferry. It capsized few moments after leaving the berth, and death toll was about 193 people. And this was just because of the negligence in the closing door. The ship was absolutely okay. Ship has no problem. It was seaworthy. Everything was negligence. Negligence in closing the door has resulted in the capsize of the this particular ship. Then Exxon Valdez is in the 24th March 1989. It's an oil tanker. It struck the Prince William Sound reef. Then spilled around 11 lakhs to 38 lakhs of gallons of crude oil, and fatigue or excessive workload was the result. People were keep on working. So they were not getting the rest actually. So too much of excessive workload or fatigue resulted in this capsize, or I can say this struck. That the main reason is that company's failure to supervise the master. That's the main thing. That means second part. So the human error is resulted in this big tragedy. Then third one is the Scandinavian Star in 1990, 7th April 1990. It's a passenger ferry, caught fire on OS, death toll around again 159 people. The reason was very simple. Fire doors were not properly closed. The confusing corridor layout, poorly trained crew members. See, these are all reasons, simple reasons. Ship was perfectly all right, but it's all because of human errors, negligence, or lack of training, or poorly trained people. So these are all resulted. So IMO came to a conclusion that we have to go for a safer methodology. So they have analyzed, if you see the graph, human involvement, that was 80% of the accidents. Normally it's like that. 80% of accidents are because of human reason. 20% are technical reasons. So human involvement is because of poor management standard, poor qualification, communication problem, lack of motivation, fatigue, cultural difference. See. Now, international standard for safe management and operation of the ship. For the pollution prevention, supported by Safety Management System, SMS, eliminates the discrepancies among safety protocols. Now, ISM code and SOLAS, there is some link. Like it's chapter 9 of International Convention on Safety of Life at Sea. So in 1998, ISM code became mandatory for 3 types of ships, regardless of the date of construction. Passenger ships, including passenger high-speed craft on international voyage, not later than July 1st, 1998. All passenger ships. Okay. Then oil tankers, chemical tankers, gas carriers, bulk carriers, cargo ship, high-speed craft of above 500 GRP. Okay, upward for international voyage, not later than July 1st, 1990. So from 1998, all these ships have come, has to maintain or has to mandatorily carry out the ISM code. Then other ships and mobile offshore drilling units of 500 GRT upwards and international voyage, not later than 2002, July 1st. Now, this is the example of just approval procedure, how the approval has come in picture from this IMO and all. Okay, see, for 1974 SOLAS, 1994 amendments were there. So 1994, adoption of amendments to SOLAS. Then, period of tacit acceptance, that is around 1/3 of all the governments have to represent more than that, 50% of the GRT. They have to sign the acceptance. Okay. Then we have 1198, that end of objection period comes. So 1198 is already the rule has come in picture, or the code has come in force. So it become 1798. It has become entry into the force for certain types of ships. This is how the ISM code has come into picture. Then in December 2000, there are some amendments to that text. Then 2002, there is again end of the objection period, and 17/2002, that entry has come into force for all the ships above 500 GT. Now ISM code implementation by administration. The compliance with the code is enforced and monitored by the flag states. Uniform implementation by administration. Guidelines on the implementation of the ISM code. Standards on ISM certification arrangement. The company and shipboard SMS must comply with the additional national requirement if any. These are the basic idea of the implementation by the administration. Now, port state. What is the role of a port state in ISM code? The objective is improvement of safety and environmental protection, elimination of substandard ships, then tools, systematic control of every vessel in port. PSC will inspect every vessel in the port. They will check whether it is environmental or it is safe, it is compliant to safety conditions, environmental protection is maintained. So control of adherence by the owners to all rules and regulations, controlling the corrections of non-conformities, detention or banning the unsafe ships. This is how the PSC comes into picture for ISM code. So then for ISM code application by the companies, legislation does not control all the risk. Ships operate under a wide range of different conditions. So tendency to comply with the absolute minimum. That is a tendency of every company. We maintain the minimum. So, but ISM code requires that self-assessment of operational risk and performance has to be there. Ship-specific safety measures based on the self-assessment has to be there. Company has to ensure safe operation of the seaworthy vessels. Now, ISM code preamble. First is based on the general principle and objective, then expressed in the broad terms, commitment from the top, commitment, competence, attitude, motivation, and individuals at all levels, that recognizes the need for appropriate organization of management, invites all governments to take the necessary steps. Now, ISM code SMS functional requirement is there. A safety and environment protection policy, instruction and procedures to ensure safe operation of the ships and protection of the environment, define the levels of authority and lines of communication between and amongst shore and shipboard personnel. Procedure for reporting the accidents and non-conformities. Procedures to prepare and respond to emergency situation. Procedure for internal audits and management reviews. A fundamental principle of ISM code is that each ship operator is individual, that their SMS should be developed to fit their individual order. That's why every SMS manual is different from another person. Another company will be different from third party. So it's different. Person to person or company to company, the SMS will be different. The thing now is part A, general. Then part 2 is safety and environmental protection policy, company responsibility and authority, designated persons, master's responsibility, thresholds and personnel, shipboard operations, emergency preparedness, reports and analysis of non-conformities, accidents, and hazard occurrence, maintenance of the ship and equipment, documentation, company verification review. So we will see the first 1 to 4 elements like general. Okay, first is define. Definition is there. Okay, for example, company, owners, managers, bareboat charterer, everybody has a particular definition. Owner is different from manager, manager is different from bareboat charterer, administration is flag state. Then objective of the code will be discussed. Then safety management objective of the company we have to discuss. Then compliance with the requirements, application. The requirement of the code is applicable to all the ships. Now comes, okay, now let me ask you a simple question. What is the difference between non-conformity observation and major non-conformity, like NC, MNC, OBS? From your experience, can you please let me know? Anybody?
The observation is an opportunity for improvement. A non-conformity is where something is required and it hasn't been done.
Observation.
The basic observation is something that may have been done and is an opportunity for improvement, whereas a non-conformity is a required action that has not been completed.
What is MNC, sir? MNC, major non-conformity.
A major non-conformity is a major breach or repetitive breach of a non-conformity.
Okay, so you see, as per the definition now, see, non-conformity is an observed situation where objective evidence indicates that. See, you must know have that technical word, objective evidence. Objective evidence is an important word we are using in our audit process. Objective evidence indicates that the non-fulfillment of specific requirement. Okay, that's the whatever is non-fulfilling, that is exist. Now, namely, when the objective evidence which substantiate the non-fulfillment of specific requirement, okay, like some code, particular code is not fulfilling, it's NC, or rules and regulation, let us say by any particular rule, it's not FloatSys or any code, it's not fulfilling, then it can be considered as NC, and the matter is judged as non-conformity. Now, the question is, what is the difference now? Let us say OBS, observation and NC. This doubt generally every auditor faces, whether what is the difference NC and observation. So the thing is, the statement of the fact made during the safety management audit, substantiated by the objective evidence, is referring ISM code. Okay, this is also similar, but referring to a weakness or potential deficiency in the SMS, which if not corrected, will lead to non-conformity. That is actually the observation. That means if this is a weakness or potential, that if it is left unattended, that will become an NC. Okay. So the major non-conformity, like let us say, what is that? An identifiable deviation which poses serious threat to the personnel, ship safety, serious risk to the environment, which requires immediate corrective action. The lack of confidence, let us say, lack of effective and systematic implementation of the requirement of the ISM code. That's called major. It's the big thing. That is, if you left it, that ship may sink or ship may pollute the seas. So that's the major non-conformity. So, though, how to do that? How to handle that? Non-conformity which remains after downgrading. How can you downgrade the thing? See, non-conformity which is major, we must downgrade to leave that ship. Who can say? Can allow that ship to sail. How to downgrade? So there must be some corrective action to be taken and to bring that major MNC to DNC. So we can downgrade the NC. Then corrective action, preventive action, all can be taken in later. So now that is called MNC. So we have MNC, NC, and observation. Now comes anniversary date. There also a big confusion is there always. The day and month each year that corresponds to the date of expiry of DOC or SMC. That's called anniversary. Day and month of each year. Okay. Now, these are the various types of ships for which the application of ISM code is applicable. Like the date of mandatory application of ISM code for each type is mentioned here. Regulation 2, Chapter 9 of SOLAS Convention. Okay, ships types for which ISM code came into force on 1st July 1998, passenger ship. Okay, now see, passenger ships are there, passenger high-speed craft is there, cargo high-speed craft above 500 ton is there, bulk carrier of above 500 GT is there, oil tanker, chemical tanker, gas carrier, ships for which the ISM code that came into this thing 2002. Then mobile offshore drills are there, 500 gross tonnage above, and other ships above 500 tons. This is how the applicability of the ISM. No, this is just for reference that regulation only 2 ships engage in international voyage. Passenger ship is a ship which carries more than 12 passengers. So there's a definition. Always there is also confusion whether it's a passenger ship or not. So the thing is, if it carries more than 12 passengers, it's a passenger ship as per chapter 1, operation 2. Cargo ship is any ship which is not a passenger ship as per regulation 2G, chapter 1. The regulation do not apply to cargo ships of less than 500 tons. That is 3A, chapter 1. So that anyway doesn't come in ISM code. No, there is again confusion between the general cargo and bulk carrier. A ship type in terms of ISM code are those considered or defined in SOLAS chapter 9. Therefore, some bulk carriers defined in chapter 12 may be other cargo ships in ISM code. Very important thing. See, in SOLAS, you may see that bulk carrier, but in ISM code, it will be other cargo ships. Similarly, bulk carrier in terms of ISM code shall be confirmed as per according to definition of bulk carrier defined in SOLAS 9. Ships constructed with a single deck or topside tank, hopper side tanks in cargo space, intended primarily to carry the cargo in bulk or ore carrier or combination carrier. In general, ships assigned ESP within the class notation bulk carrier in terms of ISM code. Otherwise, they are other cargo ships. This important definition is before starting only you have to define. Before starting the audit or before you prepare the audit plan, you have to prepare the type of ships has to be defined correctly. Then, however, it's confirmed whether or not instruction from a flag on the application of resolution, that clarification of the term bulk carrier, and guidance for application of regulation of SOLAS, which occasionally carry dry cargo similar, has been adopted on case-to-case basis. So some other cargo ship is assigned ESP at owner's choice. So these are the definition. You have to be very careful whether it's a bulk carrier or other cargo ship. Before well in hand, you have to be thorough with the type of ships. Now we will go by one the elements. First is the objective of the code. Safety of ship, prevention of human injury and loss of life. Most important. These are the objective of the code. We have to be very clear. Avoidance of damage to the environment, particularly marine environment. Avoidance of damage to the property. These are the major objectives of the code. Then, safety management objective of the company is provide safe practice in ship operation and safe working environment. Assess all identify risk to its ships personnel. Improve the safety management skills of the personnel ashore and above. Now, I have combined this everything. That is, first objective is ensure the safety at sea, prevention of human injury or loss of life, avoidance of damage to the environment, in particular the marine environment and to property. Then objective of the ISM code also I combined. That is, safety management objective of the company should inter alia provide safe practice of ship operation and a safe working environment. Establish safeguards against all identified risks. Continuously improve safety management skills of personnel ashore and aboard ships, including preparing for emergency related to both safety and environmental protection. Now, The objective of ISM code, the safety management system should ensure compliance with the mandatory rules, regulation, applicable codes, guidelines, standards recommended by the organization, administration, classification societies, maritime industry organizations, all are taken into account. The application of this code applicable to all ships. No. The fundamental requirements of the safety management system. So the minimum thing you have to make sure that is first is a safety environmental protection policy has to be there. Instruction and procedure. Instruction and procedures to ensure safe operation of the ships, protection of the environment in compliance with the relevant international and flag state legislation. Define level of authority, lines of communication amongst the shore and shipboard personnel, procedure for reporting the accident, non-conformities, procedure to prepare and respond to emergency situation, procedure for internal audits and management reviews. All these are the elements that has to be covered. I will show you a checklist which how to go about it. Whether all are covered, we must ensure. Now, few definitions. Okay, now let me ask you a simple question. What is audit? Anybody, please, without seeing this, from your point of view, tell me, what is an audit? What an audit has to do? What is the difference between surveyor and auditor? See, what is audit? Anybody?
Audit means we are doing the sampling of documentations and procedures, and taking like whether they are like taking care of everything. So we are checking it. It's actually a sampling of documentation preparation, what they are prepared on board, and we are just verifying it.
Okay. So only sampling you mean to say?
Sampling, why I said like, because the auditor can't go like 100% at a time, like maybe I as per me, like I'm facing like so many audits, so they won't be collecting all details. Like if they are suspicious, like they'll go for the documentation checking and documentations and procedures, how we are doing. We are the task is like what all procedures are they are telling that we are complying it or not. That's what like auditors will check, and if it is not like doing it, so
isn't it?
yes, of course. In short, like you can say that.
Okay, so audit. Okay, then what is an auditor? What is the difference between auditor and surveyor? We see sometimes same person can go as a surveyor, and the next time you can go as an auditor. What is the difference actually? Can you feel that? Auditor. See, you can go as a surveyor also. No? What difference surveyor and auditor? Will it make the same thing? Same person. Say, I can go as a surveyor also. Next time I can go as an auditor also. Will that be same or what difference actually? Okay, we'll come to that. No problem. Okay. See, okay. Now, what is the audit? Let us see. What is the audit mean? Basically, the systematic and independent examination to determine whether the SMS activities and related results comply with the planned arrangements. Okay, this is what we have to confirm. Whether so it's an independent examination, systematic and independent examination, whether SMS activities and related results comply with the plant arrangements. Okay, whether these arrangements are implemented effectively are suitable to achieve objectives. This is not required. Okay, these arrangements are implemented effectively are suitable to achieve. So our objective is there. Objective is that ISM code has to be compliant. So whether no, we have to check each and every cost procedure or each and every aspect, the condition of the ship, procedures of the procedure they maintain, checklist they maintain, NCs they record, internal audits, whatever they carry out. Everything we are going through that. No? Then SMS manual we go through. What all differences we see, we will note down, isn't it? And then we'll decide whether it's NC or observation or maybe just suggestions, something like that. Then MNC immediately we have to report to the flag, and maybe we have to get it detailed. Some cases, which I have done many times. When there was a 2-3 major NCs I saw, I immediately reported to the flag, and flag has told me to immediately they issued a detention letter. So that is also there. Okay. So when MNC is there, we have to always report to the flag, and that's what we do. Then auditor is what? Auditor means a person performing a verification of compliance with the requirement of ISM code. So whoever is conforming to that requirement, confirming that this is okay, it's ISM code, and who fulfills the personal qualification and other pertinent requirement. The auditor has some qualification, like we should have so much of experience, or he should have so much of background, and he must have so much of training. Then it becomes an auditor or lead auditor, something like that. So he has to qualify for all these things. A surveyor cannot be a straight away, he cannot become auditor. He should have this kind of trainings, or he should have background. Okay, so then lead auditor means it's auditor who is authorized to lead a team of 2 or more auditors. Lead auditor is main person who is leading a team. So branch office, what is branch office? It's a part of the company under the control and covered by the same SMS. SMS is same. There may be so many branches. Like you can say ABCD company, it can have then Cochin, it can have Dubai, it can have same America, anywhere. So, but same SMS, they will be maintained. Then comes what is SMS manual, safety management manual. That is the documentation used to describe and implement safety management system. SMS system is implemented. Okay, that is described and implemented. So that's called SMS manual. Then SMS audit means systematic and independent examination. Separate. Suppose this is just audit is general item. This is SMS audit. Safety management audit means it's a systematic, independent examination to determine whether the SMS activities and related results comply with the planned arrangements and whether these arrangements are implemented effectively and are suitable to achieve the objectives. So these definitions are clear. All are clear to this. All definitions are okay. Yeah, because these are the part of, yeah. Any doubt in this?
Sir, can you please come back to auditor versus surveyor again in brief?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, or surveyor, let us say surveyor can be immediately after your graduation, can be a surveyor. But the requirement of auditor is that he should have a survey plus some experience, I would say, some experience, 1 or 2 years experience. In some other organization, they say 5 years minimum as a surveyor. Working as a surveyor, 5 years. Then they will become auditors. Then auditor, as I told you, it will not become simple. He has to be trained properly. We undergo some training like this, or maybe stringent than this, some training they will give. After that, they will be kind of what you call on tutor, we can say. Tutor will be with you. Then they will carry out the audit. Then they will become a full-fledged auditor. So auditor becoming is not that actually simple. It has to be a little bit more, deeper. Because the purpose is different. Surveyor means very clear. This you check means the person will go check, fine. Auditor means you have to grasp the thing. Understood? See, Tomorrow, maybe in the MLC time, I will tell you. There are many incidents happened. I will explain you the normal means you should have that tactics to find out the evidence rather than if they ask you, okay, I will a simple case I will tell you. Some shape they were not giving the salary for 4 months. When I went there for MLC inspection, first clause for the salary. Okay, I asked him whether how is your company? He said very good, no problem. Then whether are you paying them on time? Yeah, every month first. Okay, I said fine. I didn't say anything, and that matter was closed. I just noted down. Then afterward, maybe after 1 hour, 2 hours, I was going to the engine room. Some people were accompanying me, some crews. I casually asked, "How is your company? How is your company as per you?" Then he started slowly saying, "No, company not good." What happened? I said, "I'm not paying money. Money? When you paid last? When you get over the last time? Is it 3 months before? You get me the details." Okay, then when somebody said, then other person also said, "No, me also same thing, sir. Same thing." So like that, I collected all the evidences. Then I came back after 1 hour. After finishing everything, I come back after 1 hour, finished the engine room, came to captain room. I again asked, are you paying every month? Your company is paying them every month? Then he was a little bit hesitant to say because he understood. I was knowing the fact. Immediately he said, "Sir, there's a problem. This happening. That's happening." I said, "Okay. When you bring the payment details." He said, "Last was paid 3 months before." I said, "Okay, this is MC. I am going to report to the flag. 3 months you have not paid." Then immediately from there only I sent an email to the flag. Then flag said, "Detail the ship." Flag made some arrangement. I don't know. The detention was made. Ship was detained. You clear all the dues, then only you see. This is what one case in MLC. I will say you tell you more and more such cases. Simple thing. They were saying a wrong thing at the beginning, but we have to find out. That is our job to slowly dig out the thing with our tactics, our human relation. I would say slowly talking something. They will come out. They will come out of the shell. They will say the truth. This is what happened. Then many of the cases are like that. I will explain you during my ISM or ISPS or MLC. More and details are there. So this is what I'm saying. So surveyor is just a fresher, I can say, for 1 or 2 years. He may not be having that kind of, maybe, I don't know, but mostly I didn't see. So they may not be getting that kind of human way of doing it. Should be very maturely we have to get the information. Then that has to be correct objective evidence. Then that will be reported, correctly reported. This is what happens. Is it clear now? One of the cases, many cases are there, which I will tell you one by one.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
This is one of the, this example I'm saying. What is the difference between auditor and surveyor? If I go as a surveyor, I will not ask all these things. I will see what is my job. If I have to see cargo handling, I will see cargo handling, come back. But as a auditor, we have more wider range of activities, I would say. Okay, we'll come to that later. We have plenty of things to say. Now comes technical deficiency. See, we have discussed that technical deficiency is a defect or failure in the operation of a part of ship structure or machinery. This is what I was telling. One that earlier we were saying, no, technical deficiency hardly 20%. That has resulted in the capsize or failure of it. So technical deficiency is a failure or operation of part of ship structure or machinery or equipment or fittings. So this is technical. But non-conformity, that is observation situation where objective evidence indicates that non-fulfillment of particular requirement. The requirement is not met. Okay. Then major non-conformity between means identifiable deviation that poses serious threat. So when MLC is there, you never take a chance. Immediately there must be some corrective action. There must be at least reporting. Then either a flag will decide or our head office will decide. Somebody will decide that whether it is because major information you never take a chance. Immediately report. That is what I will advise you. immediately. So any deviation that poses a serious threat to the safety of personnel or ship or a serious risk to the environment that requires immediate corrective action, and it includes lack of effective and systematic implementation of the requirements. There is a major problem, major MNC it is. So we have to take either immediate action has to be taken, corrective action. After that corrective action is become DNC, downgradable NC. Then it can be handled. So any of these situation may be considered as major non-conformity. Now the following definition has some differences from code, as explained. So there are some differences, but we will see that. Now observation. It may be statement made by auditor referring to the SMS, which if not corrected, this is not very serious, but it can become NC afterwards. If you don't attend that, then or you left unattended, then it's better to attend. We just inform them. This is what observation we have seen. So you correct it. If not corrected, may lead to non-conformity in the future. Now, safety management objectives inter alia provide safe practices operation. We have already seen. Establish safeguards against the identifiable risk. Continuously improve the safety management skill of the personnel ashore or abroad, including the preparing the emergencies related to both safety and environmental protection. So in general, in safety, the element 1, safety and management system should ensure compliance with the mandatory rules and regulation, applicable codes, guidelines, standards recommended by the organization, and administration, class, maritime industry are taken into account. Now comes element 2. What is element 2? It is safety and environmental protection policy. Now the company, every company has to have an environmental policy, environmental protection policy. See, just example, you must have established a safety and environmental protection policy. So when you enter the ship or when you enter the that DOC audit time, you must ask for where is the policy? Policy has to be there always. Safety policy should be there. Environmental policy should be there. So that's first thing we have to ask. It is there? Yes. The policy must be documented. Then ensure that the policy is implemented and maintained at all levels of organization. This policy has to be there always, and it should be maintained, it should be implemented all levels of organization. Then number 3, company responsibilities and authority. Company responsibilities and authority. Owner must report the full name and details of the operating entity to the organization. Owner has to go. That also you can check the document. The document has to be verified. Okay, then define and document the responsibility, authority, and interrelation of all personnel. Define and document the responsibility. Define and document the responsibility. Yeah. Define and document the responsibility, authority, and interrelation of our personnel. And ensure that adequate resources or shore-based support is there. You have to ensure that. You have to go there and you see whether that declaration is done by the administration. Then you have to verify the document authority, who is your DPA. The DPS will allotted whether he's taking proper care. Just check. When you see the checklist, I will let you know what is the thing. Then ensure adequate resources are there. Shore-based support is there. There was one case when one company, one request has come from the ship. Then it was not attended. It was not attended. Again, reminder 2, reminder 3. It came. When I went for the DOC audit, I just saw that. See, he is asking for that. He said, it is not critical. I said, how do you know? People in the ship, they know whether it's critical or not. How you will know? You must have at least said, we are taking care, or we will give you after 1 month, or we will not give you. So just you should have replied, no. Keep on coming, requesters keep on coming, and the concerned person has not reacted. Okay, that is NC. I said this is NC for him. It was a big company, big shipping company. They were shocked. He said this is wrong. Whatever they ask, you must have either said this we will give you 1 month, or this will give you in 2 months. We will not give you whatsoever. When they say he said he's presuming it is not important. You can't say that. Otherwise, you say tell them this is not important. You don't need it. That also you didn't do. So they keep on sending the reminder 2, 3, 4 something. I got that example. See what will you, what is the problem? Then I said then see, and I reported that I think things are okay after that. Examples. Responsibility of the ship owners and manning agencies also applies. It all applies to subcontractor also, like manning agency also is responsible. See, even though manning agency is giving you the people, but it's your responsibility. The ship owners have responsibility to check whether they are correctly giving. Their people are correct. They are having the required competencies are there. So that responsibility of owner, operator, or manager also apply to subcontractors. Okay, all are responsible. Then sufficient control that should be there. That is ISO 9000 certification has to be there. Visits, meetings has to be there. Audits, questionnaire, evaluation, audit report. All this will ensure that they are taking care of the ship properly. So that's the responsibility of the owner and operator. Now DPA, see, is most important person in our state, in our audit. Is a direct, whether it's a DOC audit or SMC audit, DPA's role is important. Direct access to the highest level of management. Is independent and easy to reach. And DPA has to be accessible for the ship. That is the requirement. Then CSO has to be approachable to the ship in the ISPS, which we will see tomorrow. Now, the responsibility and authority. He has to monitor the safety and prevention of pollution aspect. He has to ensure the availability of the resources and shore support. This was the point I was telling you. See, he has to ensure the availability of resources and shore support. So his job. Because ship is sailing, they have to get support from shore people. That is DPA. The link between these those on board and office. Contact person for safety matter is a contact person for safety matter. Contact person for master. It's a link between the board and office. Then DPA has a key role in the implementation of SMS. So when you go for a DOC audit, you have to see whether he's taking care of that. Firstly, whether he is responsible, whether he's taking care of that, whether he has adequate experience, whether he has adequate background. Everything you have to see. Sufficient responsibility. Otherwise, you say NC you give. Person is not having the adequate competency, or is not taking care of the ship. You can say sufficient responsibility, authority, verification and monitoring of all safety and pollution prevention activity, communication and implementation of the policy. See, when the new policy is formed, immediately he will have a meeting with the master or a meeting with the crews online or okay. So first that communication will be there. Evaluation and review of effectiveness of SMS. That also is job. Whether after SMS implemented, what is the review? Review may be through the ship staff, or maybe through the NCs, through the audits, through the it's effectiveness of SMS. Reporting and analysis of non-NCs, observations, accidents, then organizing and monitoring internal. So he has to arrange for it. Well, as per you, how many months internal audit has to be there on the ship? Just one question I want to ask you. What is the maximum duration in which the internal audit has to be there? Internal audit has to be there on board, isn't it? So what is the maximum duration? they will do, but some people will do. But how? What is the maximum duration?
6 months. 6 months.
No. 6 months, okay. But maximum, I'm asking, maximum.
Within 1 year, then.
1 year is the
Okay.
normal requirement. You can have
Yeah.
6 months, 3 months, 4 months, anything. But 1 year is the. But there is a case. I will ask you another question. There is a case which more than 1 year also possible, but there are some requirements. You know about that? We will come to that. I'm just asking you in advance.
No. I'm not knowing about it.
Yeah, there is a case. Means there are some cases which we can extend the beyond 1 year. That criteria must be defined in your manual. Then okay, these are the conditions in which I can extend. Then some cases you have to define. Then you can extend maybe another 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Okay, but 1 year, normal case. If you define some criteria, you can extend to. So that also will be there in your checklist. Whether criteria is defined, yes, then no problem. No, then it cannot exceed 1 year. Okay, this is all you have to check. But some case, I saw some case, it is some of the ship, some 14, 15 months were there. Then I asked for the criteria. Why you extended this? What was the reason? Then they were not having anything. They were only saying that is possible. I said no. And you must be defined in your manual. What is the criteria based on which you can extend? We'll come to that when that element comes. You will see. I'm just asking you when I saw that. Now, provision to SMS. These are all the activities of the designated person, the DPA. So he should have proper education, should have training, should have experience. So when you go for a DOC, you can check the credential of the DPA without any fear. Just check. He's okay, eligible, you can check. Then if the education is there properly, then training is okay, then experience is okay. If he's eligible or not, we can also make out from his activities. So many things he has to do. So when the when you see the activities are not proper, means we can check his credentials, his experience, his training, his okay. So in a DOC audit, definitely we can check his credentials and we can make a report around that. Now, the mandatory application of ASM code should ensure that support and encourage that applicable codes guidelines are recommended by IMO. Administration are taken into account. Now, effective enforcement by administration is the verification of SMS complies with the requirements as stipulated in the ISM code, as well as verification of compliance with the mandatory rules and regulations. These objectives encompass the effective and ongoing implementation of the SMS to large extent depend on the reactive and proactive improvement of SMS function as a part of. So when you raise the MC or when somebody makes the objection, some like internal audit, they can point out some mistakes. There may be some accident, we can say, near miss, we can say. So these are all inputs for improvement. So that's why I say this is a reactive and proactive. Proactive by itself, you can make your own. When the DPA goes there, you can suggest why not this, why not this. You can make proactive and improvement can be there, or reactive by when class or auditor or flag or PSC says, then there may be improvement and he can change the system. These are the way in which we can improve ISM system. Now, the compliance.
So can you explain this proactive and reactive?
See, proactive means, see, nobody has told you anything. As a DPA, you go to the ship. And you as a DPA, you see some improvements can be possible. Why not this? Instead of X, I can make Y. He can make his own way improvements. Okay. He can make himself improvements. That is proactive. Nobody has told you. No PSC has told you. No flag, no class, no auditor. By self-improvement, we say no. Nobody has told you. DPA goes or team of the shipshore people goes. He say we see the improvement. Why can't we do this? Why we put this like that? Why can't we paint this? It's all corrosive. Why not we make it? They themselves do it. Let us say. So that is proactive. Reactive means when somebody told you, like PSC is coming and saying this is wrong, that is wrong, change it. This system is wrong. You are not following this. You are not following the rest hours. Not for something. Somebody has pointed out something. Then it becomes reactive.
So you're saying like a proactive means I'm taking an example like a risk assessment. We are adding something like personally feeling like it is like a severity and all we checked and we are implementing it. So that will be like a proactive, and reactive will be by subjecting to do.
Somebody imposing you like PSC may impose. Class may impose. Class may impose. Flag may impose. This is wrong. That is wrong. Change. Then you may change. That is a reactive. But proactive is self. Yeah, as you said, risk assessment. We do our own.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, effectiveness of the SMS in ensuring the compliance with the mandatory requirements should be one of the criteria used by auditor when assessing whether the established by the company complies with it. See, this is what we have to see as a auditor. Effectiveness of the SMS in ensuring the compliance. The mandatory requirement should be one of the criteria. Means the requirement, mandatory requirement is known to you. You check whether it is okay, then it's okay. Otherwise, you can say either by observation or NC or suggestion for improvement is okay. Some cases we can give that. Then the company is responsible for obtaining and maintaining within the prescribed validity date all the certificates, okay, including any recommendation, class, condition, and be complied within the time limits imposed by the classification society and documents necessary to operate the ship in accordance with the relevant rules and regulations. This part C is very simple. The company is responsible. You have to maintain the validity of the certificate. The recommendation has to be done in time. These are all imposed by imposed by the class. Documents necessary in operation in accordance with the relevant rules and regulations. Inadequate performance indicates that SMS is either deficient or not functioning. See, if you go there and see 2 months, 3 months expired, certificates are expired 2 months, the outstanding recommendation expired 3 months, or some validity already over. Many such cases are there. That means the system is not there, SMS is not there. What to do? This is one example. You have to go there. That's what first, when you see in our checklist, when I show you, first thing to check is whether you have the DOC, audit is a DOC certificate is there, all the ship certificates are there, validity is okay. Then you proceed to next. First step is this. That itself will indicate that the system is working or not. Now, all records having potential to facilitate verification of compliance with the ISM code should be open to scrutiny during examination. All the records they have to show. They say that is not there, this is not there, don't say. Open to that. For this purpose, companies should provide auditor with the statutory and classification records relevant to the action taken by the company to ensure that compliance with the mandatory rules are maintained. In this regard, the records are examined, substantiate their authenticity and veracity. It shall be considered that the initial statutory records issued by the class may not be the same format or not related to statutory certificate issued for the certificates. Yes, sir. So you have to go there and verify. That's smart mean. You go there, check all the documents, all the certificates, applicable certificates, check, then all are okay. Validity is not validity is maintained. The recommendation you check, everything is okay. Then go to the next step. So examples of that objective evidence I was telling you. Objective evidence is the most important word in your statement itself. You must make objective evidence not found. That should be the NC wordings or observation wording. Objective evidence of XYZ not found. So now that will come to that when we write the NC. Now, the verification of how the company controls the class and statutory documentation, including the validity, recommendations endorsed, surveys, audits, all has to be thoroughly checked. Their validity, their recommendations, surveys, audits carried out. Okay. Now, interview with the DPA and some key person. This is all for a DOC audit because this is office audit I was telling. Interview with the DPA, some key person to verify the familiarization of class and statutory requirement. You have to just casually ask. You can't question him so many things, but general awareness is there. You have to check. If it's not there, you can report. This DPA is not aware of these rules or these statutory rules, is not aware of these flag requirements. Just mention that clearly. Then the procedures and instruction defining the process which ensures compliance with the mandatory international requirements, national requirements. All you have to see. These procedures defining the process ensures. Procedure may be wrong. You can say that this is wrong. As per this, it has to be. So you have all the rights to say. Audit, they will show you manual. Manual, you can say this is wrong as per SOLAS, or this is wrong as per MARPOL, as per flag requirement. You can say that. Now, that was for the DOC audit objective evidence. Now you see the objective evidence from the ship. Verification of all class certificate you will check, the statutory certificates, validation, periodic survey endorsement, recommendations, then verification of the DOC. Most important, before starting any ship audit, please check DOC. DOC is not there, don't do. Just come back. Copy is not necessarily authenticated or certified. DOC, don't entertain. DOC must be there of the company. Okay. Once the company is DOC certified, then ship can be done. So first they have to do always ship company audits. Company audit they have to complete. DOC has to be there on the ship. Next start. Then including validity, flag you have to check, then vessel type you have to check. Interview with the few officers for the familiarization of the class, then statutory requirement. Just a casual talk is okay. Just but you have to ask. Just whether you know this or that, you know what is SOLAS, whether you know your emergency preparedness, something you ask. Whether they are aware, good enough. Then procedures and instruction defining the process, which ensures compliance with the mandatory international requirements results from the port state inspection. Ships will have plenty of chances, like the PSC inspection reports will be there. The action taken on that reports will be there. All you have to check. Some cases, the PSC reports will be there, but no action taken. Such cases, you can raise a NC. Okay. So, the examples of objective evidence found. Example, I'm giving some of the examples of objective evidence. Like, for example, familiarization of DPA and key personnel with the guides and guidelines and their systematic consideration of IMO, IAX, flag, classification guideline. Nothing they know, suppose. They are not aware of something, like they don't know what are the special flag requirement, they don't know what is ESP requirement, whatsoever. That particular to their ship, not that you don't ask so many other things. You can't ask gas carrier thing to a tanker ship. You ask the relevant questions. They don't know anything about that. That can be reported. So familiarization of DPA is a must. Is the supreme commander. So he should be always focusing on the DPA. Then his other people, supporting people. Okay. So his key personnel should be, not everybody, key personnel people. You can always audit them or you can interview with them. Then the objective evidence, same way you find in the vessel, is the familiarization of the master, officers, familiar with the guides and guidance. See, this officer, this master may not be that familiar with this. One of the case I will tell you, one case, it was a chemical carrier ship. And the people, that CEO, most of the crew, I would say, at least CEO, the chief officer was not endorsed for the chemical carrier. He was some tanker care, tanker endorsement. I immediately put an NC, major NC, immediately reported to the flag, and he was that was end of the thing. The ship could not sail after that. The new person came from all the way. They said, somebody has to come from Indonesia. I don't know. As per the requirement, endorsement person is not here on the ship. So you have to stop. And immediately I returned to the person, flag, and that was the thing. So these are we have to see very carefully. When the type of ship is tanker, you just see whether tanker endorsement is there. If it is for the gas carrier, check the gas carrier endorsement is there. Chemical carrier, especially very important, you have to check at least CEO has to be gas carrier, chemical carrier endorsement. You have to see that. This is also required in the MLC. But I'm telling you, this is common. Some elements are common in ISM and MLC. And okay, so we will see that commonality later. Now, the functional requirement of safety management is already we have seen. Finally, it's the safety and environmental protection policy has to be there. Then instruction and procedure to ensure safe operation of the ship and protection of the environment in compliance with the relevant international and flag state legislation. Define level of authority, various communication between and amongst shore and shipboard person. The communication has to be clear. Procedure for reporting the accident has to be well defined. Non-conformity has to be well defined. How to report, when to report. They cannot hide. See, they suppose there is an accident or there is this thing, near miss situation. They can't hide it. Immediately better. Why? Why they have to report near miss to the management or near miss to the shipping company? What was the use of that? Near miss. Suddenly something fallen. Nothing happened. Suppose something happened, some object falls from the top. Okay, then the near miss. But as per the requirement, this has to be reported to the management. Why? Or at least report to the master. Master will report to the management. What is the use of this?
For taking the corrective action so that in near future this should not happen.
Corrective action, we can't say because corrective partly you can. See, this should never happen next time. That's why immediately, even though accident happened or not happened, but this has to be reported so that this situation can be avoided in the future. Why it is fallen? Then they will investigate why this is fallen. Oh, maybe the wrong position it is played. Something, whatever the root cause they will define. Then that root cause we can avoid. So by eliminating that, okay. We have some situations there. I will come back to that. Now, next is procedure to prepare and respond to emergency situations. Procedure for internal audits, management review. So that also you have to see. As I said, internal audits has to be done in 1 month, 1 year. Management review also has to be done regularly. That time is not mentioned, but you can check whether regularly when review has been taken place. At least give us a read, then that I have to say, okay, no problem, or no, we have read, no improvement is required. Whatever, some document should be there. Sometimes they feel nothing is required, fine, but that should be document. No improvement is, but generally, the manager, this master with his team during his safety meetings will be there regularly. They will some idea will evolve. That can come as a review. It can inform to the management. That can come in the SMS manual in the next revision. So there also is a part of that. You have to say that. Then functional requirement of ISM code are intended to ensure the safe practices in the ship. Safe practice in the ship. Okay. Operations through written procedure and work instruction. See this. Some words are important. Why I'm telling this? Some we have a test after say 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock we start a quiz on this basis. So some of the terms will be asked in that. Okay, so be careful. Technical questions. Okay, so please try, all of you try, and that self checking will be done, and we will get the feedback. Okay, then this functional requirement summarize the detailed SMS requirement that is described in the remainder of the ISM. Now, the company must establish a safety environmental protection policy which describes how the objectives given in 1.2 will be achieved. So they should have a policy how you are going to achieve. Then the company should ensure policy is implemented, maintained at all levels of organization, both ship-based and as well as shore-based. Now the ISM code. Company should establish a safety and environmental. These are summary of this code. Then we'll see one by one. Company should establish a safety and environmental policy which describe how the objectives are achieved. 1.2. It's a company's responsibility to define the document. Is the safety pollution prevention policy must be. So when you enter the ship, you can always ask, where is the policy? Even in the office, you can ask, where is the environmental protection policy, safety policy, where is it? So if it's not there, that is I will see. This document is fundamental to and forms the integral part of the company's safety management system. This document is very important. See, it's an integral part of safety management system. The procedures and all lower level objectives must act as a support to this objective. So based on this only other factors are defined. So where its effort to improve the safety and pollution prevention, company has chosen to incorporate and make mandatory some of the applicable codes, guidelines, standards mentioned in 1.2.3.2. This should be supported and encouraged by the auditor. So when you go there, as you said, I said, the policy should be checked, policy adequate or not. You can also recommend. This doesn't cover this. You can say that. But that may not be NC. You can recommend. Something you can make a recommendation. Some it's not meeting, then you can say NC or observation. Now, the examples of objects. So my interest for you is that this objective evidence you keep in mind. Objective evidence, that's the word which you have to use in all your document report, what you call audit report, ISPS or report or MLC. So objective evidence not found. That should be the correct wording. So the copy of the policy document, that is for the office. Suppose office you don't see the policy, then you can say objective evidence of policy not found. Then establish safety and pollution prevention objective not found. We can say objective evidence of safety and pollution prevention objective not found. Straightforward. And let's see. So the 2.2. The company should ensure that the policy is implemented. So based on these, you can make the exits. The company should ensure that the policy is implemented, maintained at all levels of organization, both ship-based as well as shore-based. So you can go to the DOC audit, then see the audit is the policy is not maintained, policy is not there at all. Then you can see as per 2.2, objective evidence of policy is not maintained or not found. Company is responsible for ensuring that all relevant persons at all levels of the company, including shipboard personnel and subcontractor with the responsibility relevant to SMS, are aware of and understand the policy. See, now the company will say, I don't know, my subcontractor has given these people. That we don't know. He is also responsible. So the company has to make sure that the subcontractor also are having the same quality. No, at least they are relevant quality or that competency should be there. So that's why we are even checking the subcontractors' premises, subcontractors' company for placement of the people. SRPS. SRPS is that ship recruitment and placement service. We audit them and then we certify them. Then only they can supply the people. Okay, so that's why the contractor also have important role in this. Subcontractors with responsibilities relevant to the SMS are aware of and understand the policy. Comprehensive and effective internal audits. Management review. See, you have to see everything is there or not. Internal audit should be there. Check dates you will see, duration you see, then you even read it. Have they taken corrective action? If not, we can say as per internal audit number 1, this particular MC is not addressed or no corrective action has been taken. And say that. Management reviews. You have to see whether regularly management reviews are there. If not, then also you can mention. The NC or observation or improvement, we will see from point to point, time to time. Then corrective and preventive action. That's most important. Corrective action. Some accident happens or some crack happens. What is done? Crack on the, let us say, double bottom happened. Or how to do? How to correct? Have they corrected it? Which way? Then preventive action. The same thing repeats. How to prevent such accidents? Preventive action. Corrective action should be there, preventive action should be there, and other management process essential in ensuring that policies, etc. So these all one by one you go and see or ensure these are there. If not there, you can make NC or observation or suggestion for improvement based on the level of that criticality. Examples of objective evidence that may be found both in office and on board, both are possible. Like relevant interviews are conducted. Let us say interviews with a relevant person to establish the level of awareness and understanding. You can tell master, I want to interview one person from the engineering side, one from the hull side, one from the catering side. I generally take 3 people or 4. I'll ask one by one. I will ask separately. Separately, I will ask one by one. Okay, tech people. Okay, what is your level of this? Just few questions, normal questions. Do you aware of what is OLAS? You know, some small questions. If he is aware, fine. You don't know anything about that, I have to report to the master. So this interview, same way you can check the interview with the office people also. Check even start with the DPA. DPA will be knowledgeable because company is selecting. So normally there won't be problem. I have not seen, but other people definitely yes. I could find the supportive staff. They are not having any relevance of this applicable rules like SOLA, Smart Port. They are not aware of that. I have reported that and then registered for either for a training or change. So we can't take risk with the ships. Okay, that is most important. Then the relevant personnel to establish the level of awareness, understanding, record of internal and external audits. First of all, there won't be any reports of internals. Many cases. You have to ask, where is your internal audits? Show me your internal. Or you just check thoroughly one by one. See the NCs, see the corrective action taken. Then external audit, very important. You have to anyway check thoroughly that old records. Check if any NCs are there, observation there, is it closed? Check that carefully. Then records of corrective and preventive action. You have to see what corrective action has been done and what preventive action has been taken to prevent the same happening. Then evaluation of that. So there may be reports. You have to check that corrective action taken, preventive action taken, then their evaluation. You can everything is there. You can just see your judgment. Nothing to happen. Then maintenance plan. Whether the criticality, as per the criticality, you are maintaining that maintenance plan should be there. Most important critical element like emergency items, emergency generator, emergency pump. Then most important, it should be a correct maintenance plan should be there. Record should be there. Maintenance record. Then the ship and that. So that records you have to check. Okay? At least they maintain properly. You can make out that. Then, if the entry if the entity who is responsible for the operation is rather than the owner must report. See, this is important thing. See, owner must report the full name and details of such entity. Like owner may be delegating to the managers. Managers has to be reported to the administration because for us, ship manager will be the owner in MLC and as ISM. We have to report. We have to take care of them. Just like they are the owners. Company should define and document the responsibility, authority, interrelation of all personnel who manage, perform, verify the work relating to and affecting the safety and pollution prevention. If the company is responsible for ensuring adequate resources and shore-based support are provided to enable the designated person and person to care. So it's company's responsibility. Owner is delegating to the, I don't know, the manager. So we have to, for us, both are equal. You have to take care the same way. You have to take care of it. That means managers, we have to report to the managers what all their manuals you have to check, what all they prepare. Yes, accordingly we have to go ahead. Now, if the entity is responsible for operation is other than the owner, owner must report the full name and entity to the administration. And flag is to have full detail of the entity other than the owner who have assumed the role. This is most important. That document also you have to check whether this is reported to the flag and flag has concurred. Flag will be having some C stamping and something. Okay, so flag administration is to have full detail of the entity other than the owner who have assumed the responsibility for the operation of the ship, and who is assuming such responsibility as to agree, take out all the responsibilities and duties as the most important thing. That means when we go there, you will say, see, we have to see these are the managers. They have taken the responsibilities from the owners, and flag has concurred. So it's for us, they are the near to owners or in all other aspects. Okay, so we have to be very careful. Then examples of objective evidence found in the office, like a copy of letter from the owner to the flag, delegating the responsibility for operational and technical support to the ship manager. So well, you have to see this immediately. You have to go there for DOC audit. You must see that letter from the flag. Okay, from owner to the flag, delegating the responsibility. Otherwise, how do we know is a manager or not? You should have a letter delegating the responsibility to the flag. Then next example of objective evidence found in the vessel is include detail of the owner, operator are given in the SMS and agree with the details contained in the DOC and SMC. So now this is what you have to verify. When you go there, you have to check the DOC, what is the name there, XYZ Ship Management Company. Fine. They are there. Fine. So they are, then you can go ahead with the next. Okay, so the auditor is to verify the company details given in the DOC and SMC are identical to the information given in the CSR. So it's your job to verify that the company details in the DOC, SMC. So the first steps, I would say, and as I said, the first step is DOC checking. So DOC, you have to confirm, then only start the audit. DOC and the CSR, you have to check. Flag has already agreed. That means okay. Then you can go ahead with the audit. This ISM audit. It's all about the earlier thing. Now we will see 3.2. 3.2 means company should define and document the responsibility and authority and interrelation with all the personnel who manage, perform, and verify the work relating to and affecting the safety and pollution prevention. Company is to define and document the distribution and interrelation of authority within the SMS. That means this should include persons with the highest authority in developing, implementing, and maintaining the SMS. So they have to say clearly, highest authority, who is going to develop the SMS. Person with overall responsibility and authority relevant to the safety and protection of the environment. Person responsible for the safety and protection of the environment on a routine basis. There are 3 cases. Okay, first is maintaining the SMS. Person maybe same person can have all, that is okay. The highest person is, let us say, maintaining the SMS. Secondly, operational responsibility. Okay, then third is the on a routine basis. Then the company has to define the responsibility of the key job descriptions for key shore-based and shipboard positions that have duties related to SMS. The job description should be contained the following, like position. It should have position, like second engineer, superintendent, operation manager, master. Any can be anybody. Okay, he's responsible for this particular job. Name and the ship type. Communication lines for reporting to, including DP. Qualification required for the position. General responsibilities relating to safety and protection of the management environment. Then specific duties in emergency. We have to do very clearly. These are all to be defined. Specific duties, emergency duties, then what he has to do, qualification, communication. Then company is responsible for ensuring adequate resources and shore-based support are provided to enable designated person or persons to carry out their functions. Designated persons may formally require the top management to provide resources. As far as the DPA is the top in that chain, he may require top management to provide. So he will directly interact with the top management and get things done when deemed necessary to carry out their function. Top management is responsible for evaluating the person and decide accordingly. So when you go for a DOC audit, you can audit the top management. There is no issue. You can always talk with or interview with the CEO, president of the company, no problem. Then make notes of that. Make note of his interview. Then you can go to DPA, interview with him. It's all DOC audit I'm saying. So note down whether he's okay, he's competent. From your judgment, you make that he is aware of the thing. Fine. Then you can make a brief report of that. Then the company top management is to state that appropriate resources and shore-based support will be provided at all times and adopt this as a policy. They should keep on giving the support. So the management, so when you discuss, they may not be that technically, like you can say, they may not be technically no knowledge of all these rules and regulations, but overall they should be giving you the necessary support for the ship. The company should develop procedures for determining the resources needed for the maintaining the operations. So they have to make a policy to keep on giving you that resources, whatever is needed. So for maintaining the operational safety of the fleet, most important. So that whether they are providing regularly or not. As a auditor, lead auditor, you can check that. Not, you can. The resource may be in the terms of, let us say, you need 10 people minimum. They are giving only 8. The request came from ship, 2 more required, 2 more required. So you are not giving anything. Is that okay? So defined as 2 personnel, then training, drills, supplying vessel with spare parts, stores. These are all the minimum resources, I would say. Personnel, required personnel they have to give. Training whenever needed, they have to give. Or regular training, they have to give. Drills, it has to be there. Supplying the vessel with spare parts required, stores required. That is the responsibility of as per 3.3. Then objective evidence in this, let us see. The records of internal audits, management review, master's review, ship's condition and performance report. You can see that. How the company deals with the request. This is what one of the clause I was telling you. Company deals with the request for resources. Resource requirement comes, but the company does not even respond or not even acknowledge. That's sense. At least say you don't need this, and still there is a chance. But if they keep on ignoring the request, that means the ship is in danger. Okay. So how the company deals with the request? You can refer all these things: management, master's report, the request report. Everything can be seen. Management review, internal audits. All these open to you there. They will see, show you everything. During that time, you have to point out. This request came from November, still not acted. Why? That question, you have to ask them the question. Then the examples of objective evidence found on board. See, I am making the two parts, one for the company, one for the ship. Ship's conditions show that necessary resources were allotted and relevant shore-based support was provided. Okay, that's one thing. There you see that, fine, nothing else. Records of training and drills, you saw everything maintained properly. Training is maintained properly. Drills are there, regular drills, everything okay. Records of spare parts, equipment supplied to the vessel, whatever they requested, they came, everything all right, no problem. Evidence that master has requested for shore-based support, any support, people or shore or anything, whatever he requested has come, fulfilled. That means these are the examples of various objective evidence. So we can say that objective evidence found. We can say objective evidence of trainings and drills required, not found. We can say that objective. Suppose some training or drills were not carried out as per SOLAS. You can say that the objective evidence of trainings and drills as per SOLAS, so and so drills. We just say that name and not performed as per SOLAS. Okay, so we can see. Now designated person. Yeah, I was again coming to that to make a safe operation of each ship and to provide link between company and those on board. Every company should designate a person. This is a must not. Designated person should be there. Person assured having direct access to the highest level of. So is the person responsible, can communicate to the top management, he can communicate to the master, and then things like that. Any requirement, and he will also responsible for internal audits there. He may go or he may send somebody, but responsibility and authority of designated persons should include monitoring of safety and pollution prevention aspect. Each day, ensure that adequate resources and shore-based supports are applied. Okay, so it's his job to make sure that the resources are adequately supplied. Anything, resources, maybe man, material, okay, support, training, he has to provide. Then, examples of objectives, objective evidence found at the office. We have added more and more so that we can recognize it easily in the ship. Description of the responsibilities, authorities, and reporting lines. Interviews to establish awareness of the DP's role, identity. As I sort of you go there, once the interview is there, your awareness will be very clear. Whether he knows the thing or doesn't. Evidence of monitoring of the safety and pollution prevention aspect of the operation, such as review of audit reports, accidents, hazards, occurrence, non-conformity, everything you can go there. Example of objective found on the ship. Interviews to establish awareness of DP's role, identity, contact details. You can go there and see. Go on board and ask my master, who is your DP? Sometimes I don't know. That kind of answer also you can expect. DP, I don't know. Then how to report, I don't know. Where is the contact number? Such cases are plenty, so you be careful. Then contact details, it will straight away I don't know. Then that is NC. Okay, so reporting requirements, whether it is properly established, how to contact ship to DP and DP to a ship, all should be there, well documented. Okay, if nobody, even you can ask some of the crew members, do you know your DP? Say, many of them will say no. It is also kind of, even big officers, even chief officer you ask, second officer you ask, they will say, I don't know. So that case is there many. Now, so now we have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 resource personnel. We have finished. Now 5 to 8 we'll see carefully. Now 5 is the master's responsibility and authority. Master, you see now very carefully see whether he's doing this or not. You can check. Company should clearly define and document the master's responsibility. Implementing the safety and environmental protection policy of the company, motivating the crew. Okay, no, I will ask you a simple question. How you will motivate the people in the observation of the safety policy? We just say motivating the crew in the observation of the policy. Safety
There
policy.
are a lot of motivation methods used on board. Like that, we give what do you call that annual safety bonus.
Awards.
We give an award. Lot of motivations are there.
Oh, good. Safety, I mean, you mean to say for observing the safety, they will give a bonus?
Not for observing the safety. If they are using the safety standards, then we are giving the bonus. Every 4 months we used to give.
Even during the, that's fine, good enough. But everybody may not be giving that bonus. But some people, some ships I have seen, they just in the safety meeting, they will praise. This X person is doing very well. Good. He's maintaining that properly. He was wearing the mask all the time, but he is wearing the helmet all the time. You know, that kind of appreciation also will be discussed in the safety meetings. So there is one, see, some people, all cannot give bonus. No, all are not that rich ship companies. So some companies, which we see, they just kind of appreciation. Oh, EX is doing very well. Good. He's maintaining the thing. Will be like that. Like that, some motivates. Good XY is so good. He's maintaining so well. He's always wearing the helmet. Wearing the something you can say. So when I say a simple safety meeting also praising or acknowledging or some small gift or whatsoever can motivate the people. So motivating, or you can maybe be the leader of that. Okay, you be 3 people. You maintain it. People will be happy. Motivating the crew in the observation. In many ways, it is up to the captain. Only thing when I interview, I ask them how you motivate. This was the answer given to me that time. He said, in the safety meeting, I praise them, or whoever is maintaining well the safety policy, safety regulations. I always say, yeah, Mr. This is maintaining well. Please follow him like that. It's also motivating. He said, okay, good. I noted down during safety meeting. And I noted down. So issuing appropriate orders. See, he has to make appropriate orders, instruction. Okay, verifying that the specified requirements are observed. Verify. He has to see what simply orders are not. He has to take follow up. We have to see whether it's done, it's carried out. So he has to verify that. Periodically review the SMS and reporting if any deficiency there. He has to report. Then overriding authority. Okay, now tell me what is overriding authority? Overriding authority. Anything about that? This is also applicable in ISPS also, ISM also. Anybody knows? Overriding authority. Any of our auditors?
Top management, do you mean?
What is that?
Top managements?
No. Overriding authority of overriding authority. Master has this is our master's responsibility authority. Master has special authority. That's called overriding authority. Can you just anybody just guess for see? We are going to take that. I just want to know anybody knows.
Yeah, master has the responsibility. If there is anything happening to environment, to the this thing, master can override any decisions made by the management.
Correct. Now suppose he see the danger and going to left side, you can go to right side without even asking the company. when he feels that safety is a problem or security is a problem,
Safety is being compromised.
we will learn tomorrow. Yeah, safety is a problem or security is a problem. He can even change the direction immediately without even getting concurrence from the company. He has that overriding authority. Because everything well set, that plan is well set. But still, master can change the thing as required because he is the overriding authority. Don't have to ask any DPA or management or anything. Whatever is suitable as far as safety and security is concerned, he can change the decision for the ship, well-being of the ship. He can change the thing. That is the overriding. We will learn that in detail. Just I'm asking somebody very good. You are all aware. Now, next one. The master review. See, fundamental reassessment of the structure. See, now the manual has come to him. Now you can't simply follow. You can go through that thoroughly, reassess the structure, effectiveness, then provide information to the company on the degree of implementation of, because some may be not possible or some may be not to the mark whatsoever. So master has the power to say. He has review. He can review the thing. Can inform the CSO, this either CSO, between ISPS. He can inform CSO. If it is a ISM, you can inform DPA that this manual needs amendments. So the contents of the master review result from many things, like results of internal or external audits. Many internal audits will come, external audit will come, like our audits will come. Then post-state control will come. Their comments, flag state comments. Based on all these, own inspection, classification report, we can inspect a number of times. Whatever report generated from that, he can say, this review I need to do. Then accidents, hazardous situation can be there. Operational risk is there, near miss, deficiency, peak points. These then qualification of the crew, experience, language skill, training needs, motivation, training result, all are the inputs for him. From this, he can generate the review. We can make amendments or request for me. He can amend. He has to say, I want 1.2 to change. I want this clause to change. Training results, condition of ship and equipment, support of and communication with the office, suggestion for improvement. Always he can make. This is a part of this. For any improvement, he can suggest to the company. Then resource and personnel. Master, he should have proper qualification. Always you have to check all the main people who are, I would say all you check, maybe 12, 13 people will be there. You check all their endorsement, their qualification, you check their training, okay, proper qualification. Conversion with the SMS, given the necessary support by the ship and shore, then crew, ship sufficiently manned according to safe manning. First thing you have to check. Then after that, I should do DOC. Once you start, the first thing to check is check the safe manning document. Check you have to get that list of people, list of crew, and then verify. List of crew, all are there, okay, not. As per safe manning maintained or not. That's also your most important duty. That is the safe manning document versus crew list. Check crew list versus safe manning. If anything missing, immediately report. So safe manning document, they are qualified, certified, medically. Next thing was medically. That all come in the MLC, but still we can say as a part of SMC also because some are matching common. So medically fit. You check the medical certificates of all the people. If any, suppose somebody is having, let us say, color blindness, can you accept them? Color blindness.
No, on board we cannot accept it.
So you have to, some case I found like that. So color blindness was there, and medically not fit was there. Some many cases will come. See, once you are in this auditing process, you will see all kinds of NCs. I would say, oh many. color blindness will be there, which will not is not considered. But when you see, you can report. Maybe then medically not fit people will be there. That also many cases will come. So what is important? You will check thoroughly their certificates, qualifications, certificates, medical certificates. Then you make the report accordingly. You just say medically all fit, fine. I'll show you the checklist. Then you will understand how much depth we have to go. Then company personnel, proper qualification and familiarization with their duties. Conversation with the company. This company person should be properly qualified. Their duties, they should know exactly what they have to do. They should know. Then the resource of the personnel. Onboard familiarization related to safety and environment. At least they should know the basics, what they have to do. Emergency preparedness, what they should do in the lifeboat lowering or lifeboat handling, what to do. Minimum thing, at least they should know safety and environmental protection. Then SMS knowledge, they should have basics at least. Rules, regulation, codes, guidelines, all they should know. Then working language. It should be, everything should be in their working language. Everybody should know their language. Information. Sometimes they will say clearly, all are in English. No problem. Some they say some part they maintain English, some part in you have to be careful about that. Working language defined. If English, all are okay. Information should be there, communication should be there. Then shipboard operation, that is element 7 we have reached. Establish the procedures, plans, instructions, including checklists as appropriate for key shipboard operations. So key shipboard operation, you must have a checklist, should have a plan, instruction, procedure. The task should be defined, assigned to the qualified person. See, now the most important, that also will be there. This duty, you will see this duty, whether that is defined, you have to check. Identify key shipboard operations relevant to safety and pollution prevention. Like example, mandatory rules, regulations, or specific requirements. Ship type, cargo, trading area. Then operational experience, recommendation by IMO, administration, class, industry, hazardous situation that has to be. These are the main things you have to see whether that is taken care or not. Now, key shipboard operation. Oh, what is key shipboard operation? Key with respect to safety and environmental protection. These are called key shipboard operation. One, yeah, the 7 is dealing with that. Element 7. When you audit, these all should be there. Whether this is all the keyboard shipboard operations have been defined, procedure has been made, checklist has been made. Whether they are following, you have to ensure. Identified and measure, reduce the risk. Identified and measures introduced to reduce the risk. Risk assessment has to be carried out to identify such. So when key shipboard operation, you need to perform the risk assessment. So you have to verify, okay, where is the risk assessment? Check thoroughly. If it is okay, see, you don't have in that detail, you don't need, but still that risk assessment has been performed, mitigation has been carried out, you have to see. Then the type of ship will lead to different and peculiar risk inherent to type of operation. So see, different risk will be there. Like for tanker, different risk. Worker, different risk. Then passenger vessel, different risk. So whether your ship is taking care of that particular operation and risk, you have to ensure. Then element number 8 is emergency preparedness. Identify potential emergency shipboard situation. It is ship specific, risk assessment, ship specific, you have to maintain all this. Operation has to be this emergency prepared. All cannot be same. So whether that particular ship, you have to see the ship specific, risk assessment, establish procedures to respond to them, programs for emergency drills for all defined emergency cases. Program for emergency drills for all defined emergency cases. Companies, organization must be able to respond to emergency situation at any time. That means instantly how to respond They must know. They must be ready. That's why drills are taken care of. Training, drills, everything will be given. So you have to carry out the thing in, but you have to ensure that are they doing that properly, how they are doing, any problems. Yeah. The emergency drills. Drills required by the SOLAS is abandoned ship. At least these four you must see, or there is there. Abandoned ship, firefighting, emergency steering, entry in enclosed space. These drills must be performed by the ship staff. ISM requires exercise for all identified emergency situations. Okay, for drills, these four are enough. Other things you have to do exercise. They will check that regular records. You have to check. Now, emergency exercise. Practical exercise for each emergency. Established procedures must be followed. Testing of communication channels. Checking the plans for correctness. Full responsibility and activity of replacement substitutes. Critical assessment after exercise. Clarification of questions. Improvement of knowledge. Self-confidence. Then incorporation experience gained through exercise. Inclusion of passenger where applicable. Company exercise for respond to the emergency one. This emergency exercise you have to carefully see their record book. All these are performed regularly. Not that one time, then after 7 months, 8 months. No. The period you have to see carefully. Now comes 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 9, 10, 11, 12. The reports of the analysis of non-conformity, accidents, hazardous occurrence, maintenance of the ship, then equipment and incident. Element number 9. Report and analysis of non-conformities, accidents, hazardous occurrences. So documentation of accidents, you have to check that. Then hazardous occurrence, like near miss, as I told you, it's not accident, but something like that happened. So then non-conformance procedure, non-conformity, non-conforming procedures, investigation of the causes. Okay, this all report you have to analyze, you have to see. They will show you all the things. Then what are the corrective actions taken, measures to prevent, then analysis of investigation of the corrective action, measures to corrective action, measures to prevent, and analysis of the causes. Now, report and analysis of non-conformities, accidents, and hazardous occurrence. Serious accidents often have minor cause. Serious accidents often have minor cause. Each deficiency must be taken seriously. Immediate action required. Reporting of faults to the superiors. Analysis of causes and taking of preventive action. Analysis of cause can be many things like human, method, resources, machinery, or environment. So this report of analysis of NCs will contain all this. Why it's happened? Maybe because of human being, maybe because of methodology used wrong, resources not adequate. We 2 people lifting 4 people's job. There may be accident. So resources are not proper. Machinery breakdown, something. Environment. The near miss. Okay, now tell me what is near miss actually? People are always confusion, near miss and accident. Near miss means a sequence of event. Or
okay.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, I want you to answer. So, so I know what is happening. Yeah, near miss.
Yeah, any uncertainty happened, but nothing, no loss or no damage happened. So you can say it's a near miss.
Then we are recording it, isn't it? Every time we are recording, ship will keep on recording. Near miss 100. They are recording 100 thing I have seen in a record. 100 near misses happened. I'm asking, okay, what all things happened? Small thing. Hammer fell down. This thing fell down. Something like that. The small things. Still, some people are recording near miss because a sequence of events or conditions that could have resulted in a loss. See, that could have happened. See, that hammer fallen on somebody's head, maybe big injury, big loss. So the loss.
Then it will be accident.
Accident, correct. Something. So fortunately, it has not happened. So near miss can lead to an accident if something happened again and again. So better to prevent the near miss. So loss prevented only by a break in the chain of event. By mistake, something. Potential loss could be a human injury. As I said, that hammer fall down on the head, human injury, maybe death also. Environmental damage, some other cases. Negative business impact. See, small thing. Better to put a barrier. Many barriers related to many barriers related to reporting of near miss. See, sometimes they don't even inform to the master, or master will not inform to the ship. Yeah, this ship management, because they don't want to highlight their weakness, I would say. But I was always recommending that you inform. This happened. This happened because of this. No problem. This person by mistake happened. So these barriers can be overcome by management initiative. So they are free to say this can be overcome by management initiative, like encouraging a just culture or no blame culture. Okay, no blame culture. If you blame because of this happened, that is happened, you will suspended. Nobody will report this. Okay, better to report so that this will not happen in future. You can at least try. It will not happen, we can't say. Assuring the confidentiality for reporting near miss. So another way, then nobody will say, okay, fine, this will not be reported. So, but at the same time, I got the information. This is what happening. So you can prevent the near miss. Ensuring that the investigations are adequately resourced. So if you take these kind of proactive steps, near miss we can reduce, or accidents can be totally avoided. Then comes the maintenance, that is element 10. Maintenance of the ship and equipment. Ensure that ship is maintained in conformity with the provisions of the relevant rules and regulations. Any additional requirements may be established by the company. Compliance with the rules and regulations. This is what I think. This is surveyor's job actually. See, mostly the ship is maintained in conformity. Yes. So regular inspection is there, annual inspection, intermediate, so renewal, or regular inspection, even occasional surveys. Inspections are there, regular intervals. Okay. Reporting of non-conformities and possible reporting of non-conformities and corrective actions to be taken, records to be maintained. Okay, then maintenance procedures and plans. You can check all these things, inspection reports, regular inspection reports you can check, regular NCs you can check, then whether that corrective action has been taken or not, then records to be maintained, then maintenance procedures and plan is there for engine, hull, systems, equipments, critical efficiency. This also will be SSL survey procedure. This auditor, you have to say maintenance procedure is there or not, especially for critical equipment. So the maintenance requirements from where? One is the observe the manufacturer's instruction. Manufacturer instruction, if they say for after 5 months check, you have to check. It is in manufacturer instruction. Supervision by officer in charge, assess the status of equipment. The equipment is too good, it may not be that much required. If we get older and older, you have to see more and more frequently. Report deficiencies. If you see any deficiency, report it. Eliminate the costs. The record of that work, consumption of spares, measurement results, all will be there, or book or something. They will show you. You just check what all things happen, what all repair they have carried out, then make a judgment. Adjust the maintenance interval as that's what I said. See, if it's a too good, everything running well, maybe a bigger interval is okay. Otherwise, regularly you have to check. Just the maintenance interval as feasible or as necessary. Then the critical equipment. See, you have to identify critical equipment. Can you please tell any 4 or 5 critical equipments? Anybody? Critical few, any as per you.
Main
Critical
engine.
equipments. Huh?
Main engine.
Okay, good. Next.
A diesel generator
Okay.
and boiler.
Okay, partly. Okay. Yeah.
Emergency generator.
Emergency, all emergency will be critical only. Emergency generator, emergency fire pump. Okay, all of that will be anyway critical because that goes. You can. That means ship will be problem. Can't. That will be a big, you can say, conditional or something given problem. So critical equipment identification using risk assessment. As I said, you have to maintain some of your participants are saying risk assessment we are carrying out. Correct. So that particular risk assessment has to be carried out for every equipment. Maybe critical equipment. Critical risk assessment has to be carried out. Risk is more. Try to reduce it by some means. Then measures promoting the reliability of such equipment. How to improve the reliability? You try all the options. Okay. Then particular designation in maintenance to plan prevent the. So you particular designation in maintenance plan with a higher order, highest priority. It has to be continuously checked. You give a priority to that. Okay, that way we can make particular designation in maintenance plan to prevent the failure. So that particular items we keep on checking, keep on maintaining. Okay, shorten interval for checks. That when your ship is getting older, better to reduce the interval. Then monitoring by officers, engineers, rather than giving to the crews. The officers can go and see what is happening. Engineers can go there and check what is happening, what is the item going, wearing down. Adherence to the maker's instruction. You have to see carefully. Maker's instructions will be there always. Use of original spare parts. Try to avoid duplicate parts. Try to get original spare parts. Rotational use of duplicated machinery. Rotational use you can do here. So risk is less. Crew properly trained for using them. These are the ways in which critical equipments can be handled. Then comes the documentation. So establish and maintain procedures to control all documents and data which are relevant to SMS. So there should be the documentation has to be perfect, whether in DOC audit or SMC audit. When you go there, they have to show all the documents, how they are kept, how nicely they have arranged, kept. No, just shabby lying here, there, old obsolete documents. I have seen many such cases. Obsolete documents coming in the big companies. I don't want to name, but big top shipping companies. And when I saw their documentation, all were obsolete and lying shabby here, there. They thought it's not that important. So we establish and maintain procedures to control all documents and data which are relevant to SMS. The company should ensure valid documents are available at all relevant locations. Valid documents. Even if you either DOC, their office also should have all the valid document. Ship also should have valid document. Changes to documents are reviewed, approved by the authorized person. Okay. The obsolete documents are properly removed. Keep it somewhere, but otherwise mark it obsolete, but don't keep it in old one. Obsolete document has to be properly removed. The safety management manual has to be properly kept, properly numbered, kept. Documentation should be kept in most effective form. Each ship should carry on board all documentation relevant to that ship. Okay. Then the system documentation contains. These are the minimum things I have listed out here, like safety management manual, functions and job descriptions. This you can check all the things, minimum documentation, functions and job descriptions, ship documentation and certificates, handbooks and plans and drawings, sea charts, rules and regulations. Then the rules and regulations should be there. If you are following the, let us say, class rules, CRS rules should be there. If they are following the flag requirement, that should be there. So structure of the documentation, the overall manual should be there. Then organigram can be organizational chart also. Function, job description, procedures, contingency plan should be there. You can see that. Work instruction, whether they are properly issued, you can see. Orders by night order, day order. You have to see, you have to verify that. It is a part of the checklist. I will show you the checklist after this. Then forms, checklist, data. These are also cross-referencing. The main thing then coming down. That means the documentation is interlinked. But you have to start from the safety management manual, then come down to various functions. Then comes element 12. Company verification, review, and evaluation. Internal safety audits, that has to be there. So as I told you, it can be 6 months, it can be 12 months. You verify whether the audits have been regularly carried out. What is the report? Nil report also okay, but they should say no observation, nil NC. Should be at least covering letter should be there. Is saying no NC, no observation. Okay. If there are NC, you see the NC, whether action has been taken, corrective action has been taken, preventive action has been taken. This has been discussed in the meeting, then it is fine. Okay, so periodically verify whether the ISM related tasks are done in conformity with the company's responsibilities under code. Whether the ISM related tasks are periodically confirmed. Periodically evaluate the things. So these are the things you have to verify. Periodically evaluate the effectiveness of the SMS. Whether master has carried out the review, whether effectiveness, whether DPA has carried out the effectiveness verification, all you have to verify. Audits and possible corrective action. All audits you have to check thoroughly for last 3 years at least. You check everything is done, corrective action has been taken. Then okay. Otherwise, you say this particular NC is not addressed. No, this particular corrective action has not been taken care. You can make another NC on that NC. The audits and possible corrective action. Personnel carrying out audits should be independent. Okay, see, you can't be biased, as I told you. You can't be front to a ship manning company, shipping company, or it can be to the flag. You will be independent. Just say whatever is that fact. Factual, you write down. Send it. Result to be brought to the attention of all people having responsibility in that area. So once you send the report, send it to all the people concerned, like us, to us, the head office, to owners, the concerned, whoever involved, send it. Take timely corrective action on deficiencies found. So they will take corrective action. You have to endorse that. Okay, so that is your job. Once NC you are given, you have to corrective action will be given. Corrective action will be taken. Okay, one is proposal. I will do this, do this, do this. Whether that is done, you have to ensure, and then close the NC. Then, company verification, review, and evaluation. See, system review by the management. See, by master's review is the input to him. For management, master's review is one of the input. Then results of the internal audit. Because of that, you can change. Results of the accident investigation. It's a review can do. Inspection results. Example, port state, it can be flag state, it can be class, audit, auditors, anything can be there. So these whatever information, either from the inspection, audit, flag state inspection, port state inspection will be input for the system review. So if you see here, master's review done by the master, internal audit by the company. Company may appoint anybody, either DPA can come self, or he can nominate 2-3 people, or he can it's up to him. Then external audit can be class, can be flag, it can be PSC. The management review by the CEO. Based on all these inputs, CEO will make a management review. Then he will evaluate the SMS implementation and effectiveness. If he feels that okay, everything is okay, implemented, SMS is implemented well, effectiveness is well maintained, it will be continued. Then certification and verification. Certification and periodical. Okay, let me ask you a simple question. This interim DOC we are giving, how long is the validity? What is the validity of interim DOC?
6
3
months.
months?
Huh?
6 months.
1 year, 1 year. DOC I'm saying, not SMC. Huh? See,
So
as
can
far
you
as-
repeat question?
yeah, interim DOC validity is maximum how much?
This is 5 months.
12 months.
12 months, yeah, 12 months. DOC of the company audit interim will be for 1 year. Ship will be 6 months.
Interim, like it's for 6 months. Then later, then it will extend for 6 months again.
Maximum is 12. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Correct. So company is like that. So it can go up to 1 year, but for ship it is less. Okay. So now we will see how it is happening. Okay, now you see this certification and periodical verification. Okay. See, sure organization. So you will get a DOC. Okay. DOC is valid for 5 years. But this picture is very simple for you to understand fully. This is covered, everything is covered here. See, DOC is valid for 5 years, but the audit has to be done every year, annually. For ship, SMC is issued. Again, validity is for 5 years, but the audit has to be between second and third. That is intermediate audit has to be between second and third anytime. This picture you keep in mind because it's very important for you to. Sometimes the confusion comes. For DOC, what happens? For SMC, what happens? So for SMC, you should have second and third year. Okay, intermediate audit. Clear now, this picture. Now comes the certification of periodical, like document of compliance. For that type of ship, particular type of ship, we need a DOC. Okay, and the copy of that DOC must be available on board. Like, for example, if the bulk carrier company is managing bulk carrier, cannot run with that DOC. You need a DOC for tanker. Understood? Tanker, you need a separate DOC. Gas carrier, you need separate DOC. That DOC should be available on that particular ship. Okay, so that DOC, you have to verify that. That's what I'm saying. When you go there, when you go to the ship, DOC of the company, that ship you should verify. You are going to a tanker and they will show you bulk carrier DOC. Is it acceptable? No. You just say DOC, no, not for this ship. Can't have to say. That's why. Okay, so DOC has to be there for that particular type of ship. Must. So that particular type means it is separate with bulk carrier, separate with tanker, separate with passenger ship, separate. Understood? So no compromise on that. Just see, copy of that DOC must be available on. Then for the SMC, again, That anyway SMC was that ship only that we know. Original of SMC must be available on board. So you go there, you check SMC should be there. Original should be there on that board. Copy of DOC is okay for ship. And verification carried out according to the procedure acceptable to the administration. Then, when we will do the interim certification and interim DOC, interim SMC, this is also a big confusion for many of the auditors. So be very careful. Companies newly established, you need interim DOC. First case, when you add new ship to its existing, as I told you, bulk carrier, they have DOC, let us say. They want to add another tanker. So you have to go for interim DOC. So adds new ship type to existing operation. Second. Third one, as a safety management system that meets 1.2.3. You want to go for a safety management system. Plans to fully implement the SMS. Okay, plans to implement. So that time you can come to us and ask for interim DOC. We have to carry out that audit. When the company is newly established or new type of ship has come or safety management they want to implement or validity. Here the validity, that's what I mean, not exceeding 12 months. It can be 6 months, but extending to 12. Maximum is 12. That is what happened. Now, interim DOC, interim SMC, let us say. Ship is new to the company. It can be, let us say, a new ship has come from the delivery, it is delivered to that shipping company. They have to go for an interim SMC. Ship newly taken to the existing ship, operation of the newly taken into the existing ship. Okay, again, new ship has come to their fleet. They have to go for SMC. Ship is changing the flag. You have to go for interim SMC. After verification of the minimum requirement on the board, you can give the interim SMC. No problem. There is not much detailed audit is not required. Just have minimum requirement. There should be a manual, there should be a system, there should be people. That's enough. No need to see the entire thing. It's just a verification of minimum. You see the word minimum requirements on board. Then you can issue the interim SMC. Generally, I heard that as interim SMC, nobody issues NC. Minorized. No, but there are cases I have seen. So after verification of minimum requirement, interim SMC can be issued. Then validity is not exceeding 6 months with possible extension for 6 months. 6 months is the maximum validity you give. Extension we will see after. Okay. Then is that clear? This is the validity requirement, when it comes, when to give interim, when to give interim, all this you should be very thorough.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes,
Sorry
sir.
to interrupt. Can you please explain that this one has safety management system that meets 1.2.3?
No, this
Can-
interim system, suppose they have the system, already have system, they want to go for a DOC, then they can approach us for like that. 1.2.3 already there, no? They are already having that system. So they can go for an interim DOC.
Okay, thank you.
System is already there, that's right.
Okay, thank you.
No, requirement. See, requirement for an interim SMC. First thing, as I told you, DOC must be there. Without that, you don't start. DOC or interim DOC valid for the ship type should be there. Understood? Without that, you don't start interim SMC. First check whether that particular DOC is there for that particular ship. As I told you, DOC for bulk carrier is there. They send it to you and send you, do me SMC. No, you say not possible. You say this particular type of ship, you need DOC. Okay, then company SMS comprises the essential element of ISM code, and we check that. I told you minimum requirement, you check, then verify. Masters and officers are aware of the SMS and of the plans for its implementation. So you basically check. People are there, the minimum safe manning document is there, people are there, they are okay. No need to check so many things like critical equipment or procedures or no need or NCs. And just see their basic awareness is there, SMS manual is there, people are there. The important instruction required to be given prior to leaving the port shall be established. Important instruction. Plans for the internal audit must be within 3 months. Should be there. Plans for the internal audit. Though the ship is new or something, internal audit should be planned. Otherwise, again, you can't issue a SMC. Information of SMS has to be given to the entire crew. Working language. See, there are some many cases I have seen Chinese language. They don't know English. So they make separate book for the Chinese and English book for the others. So this also procedure they make. So you have to ensure that all crew they know either they know English or they know that particular manual. So the entire crew has to be that manual has to be in their working manual. Fulfillment of these conditions is checked through verification. Once these all are verified, you can issue the interim DOC. Then for the verification, all verification required by the ISM code are carried out according to procedure acceptable to the administration. Now you raise some NC, now corrective action you do, but that has to be checked with respect to administration procedure. Guidelines are available to establish such procedure. Already that you have to check and issue. This is for now certificates. DOC, SMC, interim DOC, interim SMC. They should be designed according to the models. The transition in English or French must be included. Translation. See that sometimes you have to make in different language. English or French should be there. DOCN, but this is not applicable to whatever I have not seen any thing for CLRs. DOC and interim DOC must be endorsed. Okay. To specify any operational limitation of the ship included in the safety management system. Now, certification process. Company select the classification society, establish and implement basic SMS and develop SMS. This is how they have to do. That means the company, what all things has to be done. So that's what is mentioned here. Establish and implement the basic SMS, develop SMM, safety management system, and then make application, then submit SMM for review, amend the documentation, perform the internal audit, perform the system review, initiate the corrective action if required, provide the copy of DOC, interim DOC. Then, if any corrective action, that can be implemented. Okay, you can issue the interim DOC at the same time, corrective action can be carried out. Then, after 3 months, only after 3 months, not before. So, minimum 3 months are required because the system has to be there. You can't do it today interim and tomorrow initial. No. So at least after 3 months, when the system is okay there, a flag state or classification society, RO of flag state, verify the documentation, interim office audit, issue the interim DOC, audit the vessel, issue the interim SMC. This is how the development of this interim and this thing. Okay, verify the documentation, interim office audit, interim DOC, audit the vessel, interim vessel. This is summary of all the activities for the certification. Then comes the latest development. The latest development is the resolution of MSC 42898. That is cyber security to be integrated into the company's SMS. So the comply not later than at the first annual audit of DOC after 1st January 2021. So this will be the latest development, which is which many of us are not aware of that. So please see that also. So there is cyber security to be integrated into the SMS. Okay, now you will see that the Integration of cyber securities topics will be IT and OT system, so information technology and operational technology system. Identification of the threat, cyber security. You have to identify the threats. Identification of vulnerabilities, risk assessment, development, protection measure. Because you identified the risk already. How to protect it? So you have to make proper measures for that. Establishing a contingency plan, respond to and recover from the cyber security incident. The implementation is based on the guidelines on cyber security on board ships, PIMCO and others. Then ISO 2027-001, 2017, Information Security Management System. So this will soon come into our SMS system now. Now, the preparing for the IMO's ISM securities, ISM code supported by the IMO resolution require ship owners and managers to assess cyber risk and implement relevant measures across all functions of the safety management system until first DOC after 1st January 2021. Now it's already 2024, so it's coming to picture. In combination with the resolution, IMO has released guidelines for the maritime cyber risk management in 2017. As both leave much of the interpretation of the company responsible for the safety management system, there are still uncertainties how to handle the requirement. So, but it will come in picture soon, but follow some concrete suggestion on how to ensure compliance with the IMO requirements and recommendation. So recommended steps to ensure IMO's cyber security compliance is IMO agreed that cyber security management should be integrated into existing management system under ISM code and ISPS code. Accordingly, we make the process. Process should be applied. For example, here, cyber security plan, act, check, do. These are the three things they have said: act, check, and do. The plan is basically identify the vessel security objectives, make an inventory of systems and softwares, execute the cyber risk management. This is how the plan. Then do is establish the security policy, procedures, define the responsibilities and tasks, execute cyber security training, report cyber events and incidents. This is do, plan, do, check. Check is evaluate the effectiveness of reaching the objectives, analyze the cyber incident and event reports, execute internal audits of cyber security, and act, execute corrective and preventive action, strive for continuous improvement. Then it goes up. If any changes, the plan will be changed and do the check. This is a loop. On the plan, the first step is to identify the security objectives relevant for the safe operation of the ship. In addition to IMO requirement, other internal and external stakeholder requirement on cyber security should be accounted for when determining the objective. So you will have to just decide what all things required. Pursuant to the defined objectives, an inventory list of all safety and managed business critical systems and software must be generated. The inventory as well as network drawing showing the system connectivity are prerequisite for the executing a risk assessment. The assessment should include consequence analysis in terms of loss of confidentiality, integrity, and availability of each system. Likelihood analysis to determine how often the specific system is expected to be compromised. Ranking of the asset according to cyber security risk. Determination of required barriers in terms of people, process, and technology. Then comes you see the integrity, availability, and confidentiality. If integrity, accuracy and competency, completeness should be there. Otherwise, there is no data has to be accurate and complete. Availability should be available throughout. So ability of the system to provide access to its resource, 24/7. You can't hide the data and keep it somewhere. It should be open. At the same time, it should be free from the threats. The confidentiality information is not made available, disclosed to the unauthorized individuals, entities, or person. Like for example, if they A and all, that should not be made public to anybody. So only for few people are it's confirmed. So the cyber risk assessment results should be utilized to define the implementation plan for rolling out suitable barriers. Furthermore, as minimum, the following functional requirements for SMEs are applicable. Like you have to make a cyber security policy, instruction and procedure to ensure cyber secure operation, define levels of authority and lines of communication between among shore, shipboard personnel concerning the cyber security. Procedure for reporting cyber attacks, incidents, NCs. Procedure to prepare for and respond to cyber attacks and incidents. Procedure for internal cyber security audits and management. Then process, technology and people, let us see. Process, update your procedure and policies to reflect cyber security best practice. Update your procedures and policies to reflect cyber security best practice. Implement practices into your organization. Technologies ensure segregation of your network, ensure system security and hardening of connections like removable disk devices, malicious code, backup, recovery, all these things. People, train your people on board or offshore. Perform the emergency drill. Define the roles and responsibilities. So when the next, no, it's not still come, the when that come, we can make a checklist for all this and it will come along with our audit checklist. Now check. Effectiveness of the cyber security measure must be checked on the continuous basis. Internal checks must be included. For example, evaluation of effectiveness of achieving the cyber security objectives, analysis of cyber incident and event reports, evaluation of the log, evaluation of the intrusion detection, evaluation of internal audit of security. So security related audit shares cyber security. Execution of cyber.
എവിടെയാണ് എന്റെ പോലീസ് ഫുഡ് വെച്ചേക്കണം? വണ്ടിന്ന് എടുത്താ? എടുത്തില്ല, തിരിച്ചു വെച്ചല്ലോ.
Execution of cyber security incident response drills. Okay. Now act. Furthermore, external checks are recommended to ensure increased cyber security resilience, improved customer and business partner confidence. See, once the cyber security is assured, then there will be more and more business or more and more confidence in your customers. Compliance with the IMO requirement. Based on the finding of internal and external review report, corrective and preventive action shall be. Or as the vessels and systems are increasingly interconnected, malicious cyber threats are continuously changing. Key to future successful cyber security resilience is continuously improve the cyber risk assessment policies and procedures. So this becomes very important maybe after few more months. Now, so I would like to show you some of the work. You can log into that LMS system and try to do one question paper, which will be evaluated by us. That link is given to you, no? LMS system. Please log into that and try to Okay, all can log in into that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Priyanka, and now the class has ended, and you can do a workshop from our LMS system. Hope you all can log in the system.
Yeah, please try that. Then we will have a small session after that. Please let us know if any difficulty in accessing. 35 questions are there. 35 questions, please try. You can select the most apt one, not necessary.
For mine, it says the quiz is not available.
Quiz, yeah, quiz. Please let us know if you are not getting an access problems. Please start 1 hour. We'll try.
I am not able to access the quiz.
Oh, you couldn't access. You couldn't access. Priyanka.
Yes, sir. I'm looking into it.
Yeah. Please try that. Yeah. PM sir cannot.
So I think we have to open this workshop day 1, right? The third one.
Workshop quiz.
Yeah.
We cannot access that link. I am trying it, but it's that is not going to
Priyanka,
Teams
try
only.
that.
Yes, it is not getting accessed.